Hey guys, it's me Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm showing you how I make southern style red beans and rice, and I'm also going to be pairing it with some stewed neck bones and potatoes, some stewed beef neck bones. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I'm starting off with my beans. So these are red kidney beans, and I have them in a bowl with some water. And what I'm doing right now, the first thing you want to do is wash them really well. So before you wash them, put them in the bowl, and I'm just picking out any old bean or any particles like stones or straws that's not supposed to be in the beans that is in there. You want to remove it, all right? And then wash it really well. Okay, so next, if you want, you could add some water to the washed beans and let it soak overnight or for about 2 hours. But I usually don't do that. What I usually do is just cook the beans, slow cook it for a really long time. Okay, so next I've chopped up some celery, garlic, diced up some onions. I have a few sprigs of fresh thyme and also some scallion. Okay, and then you're gonna get your pot that you're cooking the beans in, get it ready. And also I will be adding some smoked turkey. I'm using drumsticks today. You can use drumsticks or wings, whichever you prefer. Place the pot over medium high heat. Add in a little bit of canola, vegetable or avocado oil in the bottom of your pot. Once it gets nice and hot, I'm gonna add in my vegetables, the celery, onion, and the garlic and scallion. Okay, I'm not adding in the thyme yet. We're gonna add it in a little while. So after you add the veggies, give that a stir and let it cook for about 3 minutes so that the veggies can start to caramelize just a little bit. Next, I'm gonna add in the smoked turkey. I washed them out really well, and I'm gonna add it into my pot. And I'm also gonna add in my red beans. Give the pot a good stir, mixing the veggies, the beans, and the turkey together. And next, I'm gonna add in some water. So you can use water, or if you prefer, you can use some stock. Chicken stock works perfectly fine here. All right, so you're gonna add that in, add in the liquid, and I'm also gonna add in the fresh sprigs of thyme. Next, I'm adding in some bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of my green seasoning mix or sofrito. If you have sofrito, that'll work fine here. I'll link my video on how I make my green seasoning in the description box down below for you guys. You can check it out there. Okay, so I'm adding in a tablespoon of that, and then I'm gonna season up my pot a little bit with some onion powder, garlic powder. I'm also gonna add in a little bit of paprika, and at this point you can also add in some chicken bouillon powder. I decided to add mine later on in the video, but you could add it in here as well and let the beans cook with it from start. So you'll see me the one I use in a second, but I'm using a tomato based chicken bouillon powder by Knorrs. It's so good and add really good flavor to the beans. All right, so add all of those seasonings. Do not add any salt yet. I like to add that in the ending. Mix the seasonings into the dish really well, and then you're going to cover the pot over medium high heat and let it come to a boil. Once it starts boiling, you can give the pot one last stir. Turn the stove down to medium or medium low heat, and you're going to let the beans take its time and cook. Cover the pot and let the beans cook for about 3 to 4 hours until it's fully cooked. All right, so about halfway through while the beans is cooking, I like to taste it and adjust any of my seasonings if needed, but I don't add the salt until about 30 minutes before my beans is finished cooking. So I like to start removing the sprigs of thyme towards the ending of my beans being cooked, and the bay leaves as well. You can start removing them. Okay, I'm also gonna start adding in some salt and freshly ground black pepper into my pot. Taste and adjust the salt as needed. All right, and as you can see, you guys, the beans, the sauce is thickened. And also while your beans is cooking, if the liquid starts to dry down, don't be afraid to add in more water. You can add 1 to 2 cups at a time because you want the beans to have some of that delicious sauce in it when it's finished. So add in water as needed, okay? And even if you used chicken stock and you ran out, you can mix chicken stock and then use some water as well. And while the beans is cooking, about 1 hour to 2 hours during the cooking process, the turkey drumsticks is gonna start being tender and falling off the bone, and that's what you want. You're gonna use the pot spoon to help break up the turkey meat so that it's like broken up and shredded in with the beans. All right, you can also do that after the beans is finished cooking. Remove the turkey, shred it, and then add it back into the pot, whichever you prefer. So this is the chicken bouillon powder I was telling you guys about. It's so good in this dish. All right, so I'm adding that in, and the last thing I'm adding in is some freshly chopped parsley, and I'm just gonna mix it into my beans. As you can see, the beans is nice, perfectly cooked, it's thickened, and this is what you're looking for. And you guys, after about 3 hours, this is what I have. My beans is finished cooking, and you have your red beans. Don't forget to cook some white rice to pair this with as well, okay? And yeah, this is so delicious. Look at it. On top of some rice, below the rice, mix it with your rice. It's amazing. Alright guys, so now let's prepare some stewed beef neck bones. So I'm gonna season my neck bones with some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, black pepper, paprika. I'm also gonna season it with some green seasoning and a few sprigs of fresh thyme. So if you've never stewed beef neck bones before, it's the perfect replacement for oxtails, you guys. Because I don't know what's going on with oxtails these days, but these prices are ridiculous. So yeah, this is a good replacement. You guys should give it a try. So I'm going to season it really well, and then you can cover this and let it marinate for at least 1 hour. But if you want maximum flavor in your neck bones, let it marinate overnight. So I'm placing my pot that I'm cooking the neck bones in over medium-high heat, and I added a little bit of oil just to coat the bottom of my pot. Once the oil gets nice and hot, I'm going to add in some sugar, and we're going to burn the sugar until it caramelizes and turns this nice deep dark brown color. Alright, so just let it kind of caramelize on you until it reaches this color, and you're going to add in about 1/4 of a cup of water. Be careful because it will the pot will sizzle a little bit at this point, okay? And next I'm going to add in my beef neck bones. Add it in the pot, and then you're gonna cover it. Let the meat cook for 10 minutes without stirring it or touching it or anything. After 10 minutes, you can stir the pot, kind of flip the meat to the other side so that the other side can kind of start taking that nice brown color as well. Then I'm gonna add in some water so that the neck bones can cook. It's gonna take about 2 to 3 hours to cook, so you want to add enough water, but you can add water as needed as it's cooking, okay? So I'm gonna add in some water, ketchup, beef bouillon powder, and 1 scotch bonnet pepper. Cover the pot and let it come back to a boil. Then you're gonna turn the heat down to medium or medium low, and let the beef simmer for about 3 hours until it's nice and tender. About 45 minutes before my beef is finished cooking, I like to add in some potatoes that I cut up into some even sized chunks, and I add that in the pot and let it cook until the potatoes are soft, the meat is tender, almost falling off the bone. And that's it, you guys. Also, don't forget to if in the ending you have too much liquid in the pot, you can turn the heat up a little bit and let the liquid kind of reduce a little, and then you finish making the stewed beef neck bones. This is so delicious. Don't forget to adjust your seasonings. So if you need more salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, adjust the seasonings as needed. Also, you guys, if you want to thicken the gravy a little bit, smash up some of the potatoes. Just use a fork and mash it up and blend it into the gravy. That'll thicken up the sauce a little bit, okay? And lastly, I add in some freshly chopped parsley just to bring out the flavors, or freshly chopped cilantro. Mix it into the dish, and then you could turn off the stove, and you have some delicious stewed beef neck bones. Serve this with the red beans and rice. I serve mine with red beans and rice, stewed neck bones, some candied yams. If you guys would like the recipe on my candied yams, I'll be posting it soon, so look out for it. And I also served it with some cornbread, the perfect southern meal. Alright, if you want my cornbread recipe, I will link it down below. It's already up on my channel. You guys don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe to my channel so you can see my upcoming videos. I really appreciate it. Serve the red beans and rice. I just add a few spoonfuls on my plate, or you can use a bowl, and then I use a small cup or bowl to mold my rice in the bowl, and I flipped it over on top of the red beans, and then you can enjoy. So yeah, that is it. You can also just mix the rice and beans however you prefer. It's your meal, and that is it. You guys enjoy. This is so good, so amazing. If you guys give these recipe a try, let me know in the comments down below how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.